Good morning, and welcome to the EUF's broadcast of the summer tour. This game coming to you from Chambéry. We've got JetSet Louvre taking on Sharks Ultimate Barcelona in front of us, and that is set to kick off momentarily. I'm Stefan Rapazzo here from my home in Nice, bringing you the action all the way from Chambéry. And you see the beautiful mountains in the background. I am positive that Shark will be in turquoise green and Louvre in red. This is, of course, the final weekend of qualification potential for the EUCF. Um, and it's so tonight, in and out in the mix of tournament, the tournament really shake things out. The he who needs to do what in the very last. Um, and it's going to be a close one, is what she says. Expected score is 15-13, favoring Jet Set Love. Jet Set Love, of course, sitting in the 16, but in that dangerous blue spot. Somebody below could win a summer tour, and then those spots no longer go explicitly by ranking. So lots to be decided, as we've reminded you constantly throughout the season. Every single point counts. Just about ready for the pull here. Both these teams with some top talent. Of course, Estevan Vijk, Charlotte Peters, even Trixie Petersdorfer, who I recognize from back in the day in Australia. And of course, Ulti TV's own Lucia Pekarova, all on the Belgian side from Leuven, Jet Set Love. And over in Barcelona, well, Aina Perez, Julia Mas, keep your eye on them. Both of them exceptional athletes. And another one of the TV zone, Luna Andrade. So we'll have our eyes out. They are underway here. JetSet with the first disc. Deep one. That looks like Delafotre on the throw, and it is caught for a goal. JetSet loves strike first. Delaforte not mentioned, but yeah, you got to look out for Silke Delaforte always. Andrade. So Love shoot up. Let Delaforte find someone. And off the hands there. Sharks will have a break chance from their end zone. Sideline to sideline, 5 meters out. Love putting on a transition zone. Ooh, strong hand. Escalona goes to the center and straight back to Escalona. Nice shoestring pickup there. And we got a call on the field. Now, I was actually speaking earlier, but I was on mute. And what I was telling you is that this summer tour is not only coming to you from Chambéry, where these teams are hitting it out, but also Freiburg, Warsaw, Heilbronn, and Trvana, as well as Leicester. So there is action coming at you from all over the European continent. Lots to tune into. As the Sharks try and work their way to center. Of course, a precious possession here. A break chance for the Barcelona outfit as that one hits the ground and takes a very favorable Love roll. They're going to love that. Pick up by Peters. Fires to Delaforte. She gives the fake that sends the mark 5 meters off. Peters inside to Delaforte. Charlotte to Peters. How about those inside forehands? The veteran getting it done on all ends, but particularly out of hand there. Well done, Charlotte Peters and JetSet Love. 2-1. So back underway. Behind the disc, Turner and Andrade. Try to get their next hold. It is a game of holds thus far. Turner to Andrade, looking at another Love zone. Zone efficient. That's a good throw. Can they get the continuation without the? That is nice. Find a seam. Jacket to mask. Great strong hand. What an athlete. Dump back to Turner. And now the zone is going to be severely compromised. They're switching to match, but a big dump gives them a bit of space. And the step in front at the last second. Love, break chance. They cross half. Lee with the disc. Sent high, and it does land. Into the hands of a love receiver, then back to Lee and gone astray. Long discussion here. And they're back underway. Andrade. Torner. Using the far sideline. Nice little seam there to Nava. And then jacked Mas is Mas Grande. And she takes that one down with ease. The easy to identify in that white hat, but also because of the prime athletic stature. That'll knot things up to a piece. Ona Torner to Julia Mas is the goal scoring combo. So back in the hands of Love. We're still on serve here from Chambéry. Centered Peters. Break side, forehand. Peters takes the swing. Now a gainer too far for Della Forte, but she puts the body on the line. Break chance for Sharks. No breaks yet in the game. Deep shot looks like there's just a little bit too much on that one. Lovely setting there in Chambéry. Nestled into the mountains, the French Alps. Deep one, Van Vyk hangs it up, and it is left hand taken there. I believe I actually saw the number 6 shirt on reception, which would have made that Van Vyk. So I'll hope to give you some confirmation in just a moment. And the score sheet says that is Catherine North to Anna Deban. Sharks now. Torner goes through center to Andrade. Far sideline, snuck through Perez. Turn Mass, always open upfield. Nice inside throw, Mass, Perez. And Sharks respond. Great game here, back and forth. No breaks, just holds. And it's 3-3, the scoreline. And JetSet handle the ball. And no surprise, Peters. First touch. Over to Delafortre. High release. Backhand just a bit too high. I believe that is Van Vyk, whose hands it went just over. Sharks hang one out, and look who it is, Julia Mass, and she has sent it Della Fortre versus, I'm not sure right away, but in any sense, Sharks get it. And that is first blood. There's blood in the water for the Sharks. But by that, I mean the first break of the game, and it goes the way of the Sharks. So it looks like the first catch that was contested was the goal because Julia Mass has been awarded the assist and she threw the long one. So that means Luisa Agnes was the goal scorer there who got up and over Silke de la Fortre. She did throw an ensuing throw, but that was not necessary. She was already in. The score now 4-3 in favor of Barcelona. The Sharks. Sharks Ultimate Barcelona. Sub, as the acronym would say. JetSet Love, of course, love being a abbreviation of Leuven, where they come from in Belgium. The host site of the Elite Invite earlier this year. And if you want to play the Elite Invite, first thing you got to do is make the EUCF and then finish top 8. Make quarters, essentially. Peters comes to the near side. A shake and bake there by North. She gives and gets it back in the middle. North to Peters. Della Fortre popping amidst the fence. She hangs one up. There are defenders there, and one of them is Aina Perez, who you would probably prefer not to mess with in the air. Andrade kicks to the sideline. Perez inside to San Marco. Andrade. Ooh, and picked off. The run through by Esther Van Wyk. Hammer fake. And then the delivery to North. Space through the middle. Van Wyk. There is North. Peters. Della Fortre. Nice seam. Nice goal. Love back on the board. That was Charlotte Bruns to Silke de la Fortre. Not Peters. That's what I'm saying. Some of the numbers I will get wrong on with this perspective, but we'll do our best, and we'll try and get any corrections, particularly on the scores, after the fact, as we've just done. Thanks for joining, of course. All this action, the EUF's multi-venue broadcast. Julia Mass right now, I mentioned her name quite a bit. She's been very dangerous deep, as has Aina Perez. Mass with 3 assists and a goal already, and Perez with 2 of those goals. So throw Luisa Agnes in there and Orna Torner, and they account for all of the Sharks' 4 goals. Andrade goes to sideline. Nava. Oh, up line, and Mass looks down to her hands in wonder, maybe even to her elbow it hit off of. But now A break chance availed for JetSet Love. Inside throw connects. The next leading throw a bit too far in front. Marchand had no chance. Torner throws low. And the bid from Mas comes, but not enough. Now intercepted Torner. Mas going deep, not taken. Andrade. Sharks. Torner. High. Hanging. Mas can't quite get there. Help defense cut off the angle, but the throw didn't have enough on it. We've got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a short break. EUCF. Got to be excited for that. I sure am. Ostend. An Anglophone would probably read that as Ostend. But it's not, it's Ostend, everyone. Get it right. So 4-4. Sharks with the break in the back pocket. And JetSet with the disc in their own end. JetSet Love. Lash it across the field. And centering does get collected. Then the chisel comes flying into play. Marchand goes back and around. Leads forward into the same open side space. That one hung up and a bid. There's a disc in hand. That was a completed layout. Wow, what a play. Hibbity dibbity. Far sideline. Oh, and the ensuing throw proves the old adage of preservation of greatness. What a layout, but unable to get the high release break off, and Sharks will get their opportunity. Andrade. Bombs it. Oh, and macked away. A little bit of a chance for a second effort, but no. JetSet go again. JetSet love. Recycling near the midway mark, playing against a match D and an overthrow. Andrade moves towards the disc quickly. JetSet love quick to transition to zone on the turn. Perez. Turner. Nava. And the far sideline is Andrade. Mato. Mass. Sharks slowly but surely chipping away into the attacking half. Andrade takes a timeout. Second timeout of the game, of the point, rather. I'll take a short break here. Eurodisc. Make sure you get one of those in your collection, or 30 of them. So this would be a massive break, a second break in the first half for Sharks if they could pull this off. Again, ranking says that this game should go to JetSet. So a win, but with a couple of points in the pocket, well, that would be very, very handy. And for Sharks, this is a good game for them to put it all on the line. I think looking at all these teams and the ranking, it is JetSet Love that are the only team inside the top 16 in Chambéry in the women's division. So this is the game that would matter the most for Sharks to get the win. As far as boosting their ranking. That said, lots of teams in that middle pack, the 16 to 24, 26 even. I'll run down those teams for you. JetSet Love, Woof, Tequila Boom Boom, Sharks, Sick, Queen Kong, and Zoo Swarm. As we have another turnover on the point. 2 timeouts, multiple turns. High release backhand on the chase. Marchand finishes the job and breaks back for JetSet Love. And that'll be the go-ahead goal and put things back on serve. A huge point for JetSet to take, with everything I mentioned about the rankings, them being the top ranked in this tournament. But then, they're 15. Box is not here. They're 16. Woof is here. They're 17. Tequila Boom Boom is here. They're 18. Not 19. 20. Sharks Barcelona are here. 23. Sick is here. 24. Queen Kong is here. 26. Zoo Swarm is here. So that's 16 to 26. That is 7 of those 10 teams in that next frame. So a lot of moving and shaking available in this bit. Tequila Boom Boom is just hammering Zoo Swarm right now. Yeah, Negroni with 4 assists. She is moving on up. She was a junior playing in Padova last year. Now top assist getter in the summer tour of the EUCS summer tour. Sharks go for big meters and miss. JetSet with another break chance now. JetSet. Blast deep, just beat the defender. And the shot for goal misses too far. Sharks with the slow saunter back to the line. Nice shot up the line into a small space. And the other way, mass in the end zone. More for the Sharks. They level things back up after being broken and hold with the throw from Castro Tomas to tie things up at 5. Julia Mass with 5 total points in this game, 3 assists and 2 goals. Most certainly a player to watch if you are JetSet Love. Peters goes to North and then to Verdean. And then the other way, North to Peters. Handlers working. Verdean. Looking at this Barcelona zone. And the shot for goal. And who else on the receiving end? Or on the defensive end, I mean. But Julia Mas to knock that one away. Sharks. Moving through the handlers. Lots of zone. I can't tell if it's windy there, but it doesn't look like those flags. I see one flag, two. Seem to have just small ripples amidst them. So I think the wind is mild by my estimation, but I'm not there. So interesting to see this much zone. So that could, of course, be an indication that I'm wrong. Maybe there's no wind, is what I'm told now. Windless, but zone still the prime choice. I love a zone with no wind. It means there's always something open. Now the outside in, and nice grab. I thought it was a late start on the chase, but as soon as the disc was spotted, went after it hard, up with the right hand, down with the foot to connect to the turf, and that makes it a goal. And that makes it another break, a go-ahead break for the Sharks. Ona Torner to Luisa Agnes. Another timeout burned by JetSet in that one. It looks like another timeout used now, unless that was the halftime. It has been 49 minutes. But either way, they're taking a break. So we'll take a short break too. There's a pull. And picked up by Andrade Turner. I've got a very similar style. I had them confused at the start of the game. And Andrade is stone cold drop. She puts the hands to the face. De La Fortre picks up. De La Fortre takes the dump space and straight back to Silke. Up line opens up on a nice cut. And the Belgians, Bruns, sniffing that goal line now. Center. Van Gerven. Inside, high, and bounces off the hands. Ooh, and that one goes right past Andrade again. Not sure if it bounced again, but a turnover in any sense and a very short field for JetSet Love. Inside and caught simultaneously, and of course that goes to the offense. Silke de la Fortre gets the best of that situation. Perez got the hand to it, but Chambly to de la Fortre is the outcome, and that makes it 6-6. Advantage still to Sharks Ultimate Barcelona. Barcelona. So I just got back from Montenegro. It was incredible. We need to have a tournament hosted there. It's hot in this time of year, but boy, is it beautiful. I'm going to look into it. I'll report back soon. Of course, you'll all be tuning in to the Ravi show tonight, otherwise known as In or Out. Ravi, the human abacus Vasudevan, is doing a special edition show Saturday night in between the 2 days of competition. We'll be able to tabulate all the results from today and have an even better idea of, well, who's in or out, and of course, what's necessary to change that in the last day of action when all the drama will be at the pointy end, as though it's not there yet. Julia Mass. Gives and gets. Now Andrade. High. Perez left hand back to Andrade. Inside. Polania. And then San Marco goes back to Andrade. Leading throw looks good, especially when you throw to Mas. Mas to Perez. Dangerous combo. As noted. Perez to Mas. Mas to Perez. Did I just say that was a dangerous combo? I mean, it's not just me saying it. If you look at the score sheet, you'll see the two of them right up top, 6 and 3 points respectively. 3 goals for Perez now, that being her third. And a hold for the Sharks. $57 minutes into this one. Score check. 7-6 for the Sharks. They are a break ahead. Pressure on to JetSet Love. Pull by Sharks looks like a good one. In and Chupetas. Fakes and then delivers. Through Van Dam and back to Petas. Low pickup. Petas isolated. Oh, just get away with it and chat of a stall out. The next throw will go to goal, but that won't count. Contested stall out by the looks of some of the hand signals I'm seeing from the sideline. Retracted stall out. So now they're wondering if those throws before should, or the throws after the contested stall out, if those will be assumed as to have counted. I think if any of the Sharks players heard the stall, and there were a lot of hands waving off the play, indicating the stall out. So it's very possible that someone may have slowed down and stopped playing defense. So they're going to give them one throw forward to Petas, but not the second that was the goal. 1 hour into the game, 7-6 the score. JetSet Love playing from behind. Sharks trying to take a scalp here on the rankings. Inside throw. Or open side forehand, rather. Now the around backhand centered. Van Dam goes to Petas. Petas looks to break on with both grips. Now wants Van Dam, and now a stall out called. Is Petas thinking maybe that was a fast count? That's what I'm thinking. So it is going to be a contested stall out, probably indicating fast count, and then zaps one in the middle, and Della Forte. That is Van Vyk. I don't see the number, but I think I recognize. Petas to Van Vyk, to be confirmed. Well, it says Zoe Van Gavin. was the thrower there. But I'm almost positive that was Pates. But it does say that Van Dyke on the receiving end. Tie game, 7-7. Pair of mullets on the board. Even though there's no board. Here's the pull. Sharks trying to preserve their lead. Andrade. Montalvo to Andrade. Montalvo finds a seam a bit too much for Maz, but Perez comes back for it. Makes a great grab. Montalvo. San Marco. Andrade. Still looking at a huck stopper. And just enough interference there to cause the bobble drop out of Perez. Della Fortri. Chance to break. Break puts things back on serves. I think that's too high. It is. Wow, but a nice effort to have every stone unturned. Melissa Lee went for that one. Sharks. And travel called. Disco hands. Andrade and the Sharks in their own end. Andrade says, well, let's change that. She jacks it. Great reception at the other end. Perez goes to Castro, who made that reception, then gives it right back to Perez, and a big hold for the Sharks. Castro, the 19-year-old from Madrid youngster, goes up and makes a play. And of course, Perez in the end zone, 12-year player experience, the psychologist, getting in the heads of the opposition right now. 3 minutes to play till cap. So JetSet Love, move it past the midfield mark. Peters goes to Della Forte. A must score for JetSet Love. Van Vyk fires to the corner, and the must score does the job and scores. So I'll be doing the best I can to listen for a whistle. That one, Van Vyk to De Kitalare. I hope I spat that one out okay. 8-8, pair of snowmen on the board. Assuming we're at least going to play one more point here before cap comes up. Oh, that is a huge block. This would be a big moment for JetSet Love to take the lead. Sharks have been in command throughout, ever since 4-4. 3-4 was the last lead, and now JetSet Love fire quickly to make it 9-8 in their favor. Bruns to De Keletare again, and if the time cap is gone, then it's a game to 10. 9-8 for Love. Let's find out if that's accurate by just continuing to watch. Sharks need this goal to take it to universe by suspicion. What we believe will be the case. Mass takes the disc at the midway mark. High release. Cut on the hip for Perez. Back. Andrade sees Toner and then takes the open side to Mass. Up the line again. That one in the 79 shirt. Mass. High stall count. Does go upfield still. Torner. Great hands, and now to Andrade. Back to Torner. Low and right into the defense. The throw for goal lets down the Sharks just through the seam there. JetSet Love could potentially put this one away with his break if my calculations are correct. Led Delaforte. She's going to bomb it. I knew it. Lee, the intended receiver, but knocked away. Torner there, and just not quite enough on that throw. Andrade goes to Torner. Defense coming, but they do get another one to the other side. Agnes. Torner. Andrade. High. Well taken. JetSet defensive front doing a good job to take away the throwing lanes. Chisel cuts work well. Oh, but Peters bangs into Andrade. She got the disc first. And no discussion. I think it was fair from my perspective. Great defense by Peters. Peters high release. Those throws have been scintillating all game. Turns, gets the dump from Delaforte, now Van Wyk. Delaforte, Peters, and Van Wyk have been doing the bulk of the work. That one is not going to come back in. It would take a real cape of a greatest effort to Superman that one. Sharks, next opportunity. Safe dump. Not much to look to upfield, so takes the next dump, and they're almost back in their own end zone. High release to Perez. Back to Andrade. Not much movement out of the green shirts upfield. They are very stationary. Mas gets moving. Chisel cut comes, but take the upline. Next game. Oh, and that throw very light out of the hand. And a short field now. This could be it. Peters to pick up. Around, not quite in yet. Delaforte. Waiting for the opening, didn't get it. Peters. Delaforte missed there. Andrade picks up. She's going to. Not quite. Mas might. No, she won't. Back to Andrade. And Mas. Luna Andrade, and I think does just enough to keep the feet, does Mas, and there's a little bit of a call. That was very close. No replay available here on the VO, so they will sort it out on the field. That always happens, but sometimes we get to watch and give our own opinions. The VO picking up on one tribe's warm up. They will be next on this pitch. Taking on Monkey from Grenoble. Benord on the call. Make sure you stay tuned to that one while you have 5 other screens open. And you watch all the action from Turvana, Heilbronn, Freiburg, and Warsaw. So lots of opinions coming from on the field and off. I think it's going to have to go back. It was that close. Or be given. These sideline warm-ups are not helping the VO. Mass. Torner to the far side. Sharks need this to force Universe. Just get away with one there. Perez chipping their way in. Are these Sharks? Long point it's been. Far sideline. Lefty over 1, over 2, and in for the goal that ties things up. I believe we are on Universe points. I'm all but sure of it. 9-9 is the score. That one, a Trevino assist to Castro. And we're going to Universe point, as mentioned. As we go to Universe point here, you're reminded to stay tuned. We've already got Ben Ort waiting in the waiting room here to bring you the action from the next game. One tribe taking on Monkey in the open division. So much action on this summer tour. We got commentators from all over Europe commentating on matches from all over Europe. Even commentators with Canadian accents. Could you believe it? All right, punters, who's going to win? Universe point. I'm not going to tell you what I think until it happens. Then I'll claim it that I knew that was going to happen. So timeout. We'll talk you through this one. 7 best players from each team will surely be out there. If that went by statistics, we would be all but sure to see Julia Mas, Aina Perez, and Renata Castro out there. They've got 6, 4, and 3 points, which makes up for a bulk of it. I think Charlotte Peters, Delafortre, Van Wyk, Bruns are stats leaders on the other side, as well as Catherine North. Andrade with disc in hand. And we cannot understate the importance of this game. I think Sharks have already done themselves a ranking justice. They were supposed to lose by 2, so even if they lost, they would only lose by 1, which would be, of course, boosting to their ranking. But I'm sure they would like to take the win and the even greater ranking boost that comes with that. Of course, JetSet Live, maybe their ranking will dip because of a small loss or even a small victory. But surely less by the small victory. Of course, understating the importance of winning here. Everybody wants this. Disc is in. Peters breaks through the cup. Now some room for those red-shirted love. Della Fortre, far side, back center to Peters. Universe point here from Chambéry. North does a triple spin. Oh, sorry, that's Vereden. Peters. Vereden. Leads just enough for De Keletare. Peters through the middle. Della Fortre, high. Van Dam to Peters. Still looking at his own front. Who can hold longer? Peters finds a hole through the middle. Della Fortre leads. Van Wyk picks it up on the hip. Straight inside to Vereden. Now leads, not quite in yet. And oh my God, we're not going to see what happens. Hold your breath, hold your breath. Nobody's celebrating. No sounds. They're still throwing it. Yes, they are. Back in play. Della Fortre leads to Peters. Peters leads and does find the corner, and JetSet Love take the Universe Point win. We're going to leave it for you very quick. Thanks for joining us here. EUF action. More coming up. As I said, I'm Stefan Rapazzo. It's been a pleasure. We'll catch you next time.